You have to move it over some. Now I got
Alright, so we're back for part two because
part two.
Rob had a call come in. So I'm going to continue on my little what we're discussing. Uh, do you ever feel like that it's like writing your own story? Like, you can conceive it, believe it, achieve it, that sort of thing? Like,
Absolutely. If you think of it, it is possible. I think anything's possible. It starts with the thought. So yeah, he took a thought. Like I said, it was even written down years prior, before this even happened. So it was a thought first. It was an idea first, and then he developed it into a reality. And the reality is what it is now. It's real. It's real. He's got a baby, man. A little kid named Theo. And this is fantastic. But anyhow.
so basically, we are able to write our own stories. We can make the ending how we want.
To a certain degree. I mean, you got...
God willing, of course.
Yeah, Jesus is the one that directs everything. Everything is in control of him,
And
whether you
nothing,
believe it or not.
right.
That's a spiritual
Nothing
thing.
happens without his approval.
Right. And he obviously blessed the one of Gary for a relationship like this. I believe it was a wish for her. I mean, she's 30-something years old. In the Philippines, if you're a 30-plus-year-old woman and not married with no kids, you're behind by about 10 years, man, at least. So this is something that she obviously desired. And to find someone like Gary who stands by his word and does what he says and doesn't give her illusions and, things that doesn't come true. I mean, when he says something, that's when he means it. And that's what relationship's all about, folks. It's not really where they are or anything else. It's be committed. Say what you mean and mean what you say.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
100%. Do you think others care, really? I mean, think about it. Do you really think others really give two shits about you, me, them, whoever? Do you really think that the world really gives two shits about whether Rob or Gary or whoever does what they say they're going to do? Do you really think at the end of the day that most of the world really cares?
Well, I don't know if the care is there. The knowledge is definitely there. The example is there. And people will learn from experiences. And, Gary's experience in what all took place to get him to this point was based on an experience that he's had. It might not be the same for me or wouldn't be the same for you. Experience, so happens when you're in that relationship. You are experiencing, and that's your experience. You can learn from what happened in other previous relationships. He was told by lots of our friends, "Oh, I've done that. I got left at the airport. I got messed up. So that she used me, took a bunch of my money." I mean, story after story. But you got story after story in real relationships too. So you learn from what you know from your past and what you want for the future. And
So basically, every person's story is exactly their own story. It's nobody else's story, it's your story.
that's right. It's your own unique story. So don't say, well, so-and-so did it, so if he did it, I can do it. Well, that's motivation. That don't mean it's going to come out exactly. You got to take in all the factors in that experience. And you can't make them exactly because we're all unique. So we all have unique experiences.
So, if you was to look at the whole situation as an overall, would you do something like that in your life, or is that something-
Personally, no, I don't think I'd fly 2,000 some or whatever miles. More than that. How many miles are you?
7,000.
7,000 miles! For my mom? Hell no. Anyhow, I'm just kidding. But, everybody has a reason why they're in life and where they're at. I mean, if you don't, you should really find out why you're here and what your purpose is.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, anyways, that's our part 2 of our interview. And
Part 2. Stay tuned for part 3.
yeah, yeah. We'll be back next time, giving our older person philosophies, because we're older people. So,
I'm the oldest, man. No one older than me.
but we're still out here kicking and doing our thing. So there you go.
Later.